Welcome to the BZX Podcast, your go-to place for deep dives, fresh insights, and stories that stick. Whether you're here to learn, laugh, or just hit pause on the chaos of life, we've got you covered. Today, we're unpacking the lies you tell yourself and why your brain believes them. Cognitive dissonance and self-deception unpacked. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's get started. What if the greatest obstacle to your happiness isn't the world around you, but the story you've been telling yourself? Pause for a moment. Look inward. What's that one belief you cling to, even though it stings every time you lean into it? Maybe it's that you're not enough, that you're doomed to fail, or that someone else holds the key to your peace. These aren't just thoughts, they're lies your mind has woven into truth. And the most unsettling part, your brain wants to believe them. It's wired to protect you, yet it traps you in a cycle of self-deception. This isn't about blame, it's about clarity. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on why you hold on to these lies and how they shape your life. Are you ready to face the truth? Because the only way out is through? Let's start with the machinery of your mind. Your brain is a marvel, but it's not flawless. It's built to survive, not to always tell you the truth. At the heart of self-deception lies cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort you feel when your beliefs clash with reality. Imagine holding two opposing ideas. I'm a good person and I just hurt someone I love. Your brain despises this tension. So, it does what it's best at. It rewrites the story. It whispers, they deserved it, or it wasn't that bad. This is self-deception in action. And it's not a character flute's biology. Psychologist Leon Festinger, who pioneered the study of cognitive dissonance in the 1950s, showed that people will go to extraordinary lengths to reduce this mental friction. In one study, participants who lied for a small reward convinced themselves the lie was justified, while those who didn't lie felt no need to rewrite their reality. Why? Because the brain craves consistency, even if it means distorting the truth. Then there's the confirmation bias, a neural shortcut that makes you seek evidence to support your existing beliefs. If you think you're unlovable, your brain will spotlight every rejection and ignore every gesture of care. Neuroscientists have traced this to the prefrontal cortex, which filters information to align with your self-image. It's why you might dismiss a compliment as just being polite but dwell on a criticism for weeks. Your brain isn't lying to hurt you, it's trying to protect your sense of self, even when that self is built on a shaky foundation. But here's the catch. These lies don't just live in your head. They shape your choices, your relationships, your entire life. Every time you avoid a tough conversation or cling to a toxic belief, you're reinforcing a neural pathway that says, "This is who I am." The longer you let it run, the harder it is to break free. The science is clear. Your brain is complicit in your suffering, but it's not the enemy. It's just following old programming. The question is, will you let it keep running the show? Emotional connection. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast, foggy lake. The water is still, but beneath the surface, there's a current pulling you under. That current is the weight of the lies you've carried. Maybe it's the voice that says you'll never be enough, no matter how hard you try. Or the belief that you're destined to repeat the same mistakes, like a broken record. You feel it, don't you? That ache in your chest when you think about the opportunities you've let slip, the relationships you've sabotaged, the dreams you've buried because you believed you didn't deserve them. You're not alone in this. Every single one of us has stood at this lake, staring into the fog of our own self-deception. I see you the way you smile through the pain, the way you push forward even when you're crumbling inside. You've been carrying this for so long, haven't you? The fear that if you let go of these lies, you'll lose a part of yourself. But let me ask you something. What has clinging to these stories really given you? Has it brought you peace? Or has it kept you tethered to a version of yourself that's smaller than you were meant to be? Think about the last time you felt trapped in a moment of self-doubt. Maybe it was a fight with someone you love, where you lashed out because you couldn't face your own shame, or a night spent replaying a failure, convincing yourself it defines you. These moments aren't just thoughts, they're emotional wounds you've let fester. And every time you tell yourself, this is just who I am, you're pouring salt into that wound. But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're human. Your brain has been trying to shield you from pain, but it's been using a flawed map. That map was drawn by old hurts, by moments when you were told you weren't enough, by times when you fell and no one helped you up. It's not your fault that you've been following it, but it is your responsibility to redraw it. You're not just a passenger in your mind, you're the cartographer. And deep down, you know it's time to stop letting these lies steer your life. You deserve to feel whole. You deserve to look in the mirror and see someone capable of change, someone worthy of love, someone who can rewrite their story. The fog over that lake, it's not permanent. You have the power to clear it, to see the truth of who you are. So take a deep breath and let's step into the work of healing together. The breakthrough. Now, let's get to work. You're not here to just understand why you lied to yourself. You're here to break free. The good news. Your brain is malleable. Neuroplasticity means you can rewire those neural pathways, but it takes deliberate, courageous effort. Here are 3 psychology-based strategies to dismantle self-deception and reclaim your truth. First, confront cognitive dissonance head-on. When you feel that mental tug-of-war, say, when you've made a mistake but want to justify it, pause. Name the discomfort. Say to yourself, I'm feeling dissonance because my actions don't match my values. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that acknowledging dissonance reduces its grip. Then, instead of rewriting the story to feel better, lean into the truth. Ask, what's the most honest explanation for what happened? If you hurt someone, admit it. If you failed, own it. This isn't about shame, it's about clarity. By facing the truth, you weaken the brain's impulse to distort. Second, disrupt confirmation bias with evidence-based reframing. Your brain loves to cherry-pick evidence that supports your beliefs, so you need to challenge it like a scientist. Let's say you believe you're bad at relationships. Write down 3 specific moments that contradict this. Maybe you listened to a friend in crisis or showed up for a partner when they needed you. These are data points your brain has been ignoring. A 2018 study in cognitive behavioral therapy found that reframing negative self-beliefs with concrete evidence reduces anxiety and boosts self-esteem. Do this daily. Collect proof that challenges your lies. Over time, you'll starve the old narrative and build a new one grounded in reality. Third, regulate your emotions to break the habit loop. Self-deception often stems from emotional triggers: fear, shame, or anger that push you to cling to familiar lies. Psychologist Charles Duhigg's work on habit loops shows that habits like self-deception follow a routine reward pattern. Your cue might be criticism. Your routine is telling yourself, "I'm a failure." And the reward is temporary relief from facing the truth. To break this, replace the routine. When the cue hits, try a grounding technique. Take 5 slow breaths, focusing on the air moving through you. Then ask, what's one small step I can take to face this truthfully? This could be apologizing, seeking feedback, or simply sitting with the discomfort. Over time, you'll rewire the reward to come from honesty, not avoidance. Now, here's the tough truth. This work isn't easy. It's going to hurt to face the lies you've built your identity around. You'll want to retreat to the comfort of denial. But every time you choose truth over deception, you're carving a new path in your brain. You're not just thinking differently, you're becoming someone new. Challenge yourself. The next time you catch yourself justifying a choice or dodging a hard truth, stop. What am I protecting myself from? And what would happen if I faced it? The answer might scare you, but it will also set you free. You have the tools now. The question is, will you use them? Or will you let the lies keep writing your story? This is your moment to decide who you want to be. The call to reinvention. You're at a crossroads. One path leads back to the familiar where the lies you tell yourself feel safe, even as they erode your peace. The other path is uncharted, demanding you face truths that might sting but will ultimately liberate you. Which will you choose? Because make no mistake, staying still is a choice, and it's one that keeps you chained to a version of yourself that's less than you're capable of. Imagine this, a year from now, you're sitting in a quiet moment, reflecting on your life. You've spent that year confronting your self-deceptions, questioning the stories you've clung to. You've owned your mistakes, rewritten your beliefs, and taken steps, however small, toward the person you want to be. How does that feel? Now imagine the alternative, a year spent dodging the truth, letting the same lies dictate your choices, the same doubts, the same regrets, the same weight. Which future are you willing to fight for? The science backs this up. 2020 study in the Journal of Behavioral Therapy found that individuals who actively challenge their cognitive distortions, those lies we tell ourselves, reported a 40% reduction in anxiety and a significant increase in life satisfaction. But this isn't just about data, it's about you, your relationships, your dreams, your ability to look in the mirror and say, "I'm living my truth." So, what's stopping you? Fear? Shame? The belief that you're not strong enough? Let me tell you something. You've survived every moment that brought you here, carried the weight of those lies, and still kept going. That's not weakness, that's resilience. Now it's time to channel that strength into reinvention. Start small. Today, catch one lie you tell yourself. Maybe it's, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve this." Question it. Challenge it with evidence. Place it with a truth that aligns with who you want to be. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every step you take toward honesty is a step toward a life that's yours, not one dictated by old wounds or faulty wiring. You're not just breaking free from self-deception. You're building a self that's unapologetically real. So, what's it going to be? Will you keep hiding, or will you step into the light? Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, grounding you in this moment. You've just walked through a hard truth. The lies you tell yourself aren't just thoughts, they're chains. But you've also seen the way out. You're not powerless. You're not broken. You're a human being with the capacity to rewrite your story, to choose truth over deception, to build a life that reflects who you truly are. This journey isn't about erasing the past or becoming someone new overnight. It's about meeting yourself with compassion and courage. Every time you catch a lie, every time you choose to face the discomfort of dissonance, you're telling your brain, I'm in charge now. You're not just healing, you're evolving. And that evolution is a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone whose life you touch. As you move forward, carry this with you. The truth is your ally, even when it hurts. It's the compass that will guide you through the fog, the anchor that will hold you steady when the lies try to pull you back. You don't need to have all the answers today. You just need to take one step, one honest, intentional step toward the person you're meant to be. So, here's your razor-sharp insight to ponder. The lies you tell yourself don't define you, but the courage to face them does. Let that sink in. Let it remind you that you're not just capable of change, you're built for it. You're stronger than the stories you've been told, and you're worthy of a life that's true now. Go, take that first step. The truth is waiting.